All right, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakudash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in the 1/3. And Lord's, with this lesson will be edifying and exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Baharaka Kodash. And as the title reads, Exhortation to the Ahchyam, Diligence. And I just want to do a real quick lesson. I was originally just going to do a quick screen record, but I notice a lot of times brothers and even a few sisters, they usually tune in more when I'm going live. So here we go. All right. Pretty much, I just was watching the elders, the elder apostles live camp. And, diligence just kept running through my mind, especially with us entering, so-called 2024, which, if you're new in this faith, there's one thing that you will notice is as the years go on, there's a new spirit with each year that we enter. Okay. Even though our years are different according to Babylon, because he's changed times. But, really understand that, we're really entering prophecy. And I just want to push the spirit of diligence for the brothers out there, that are doing the work. Okay. Put your best foot forward, as they say. And actually, so I looked up diligence. It's going to be a quick lesson. I'm just going to run through a couple of these. And even when you look at applying diligence to yourself, you understand that it's very beneficial. So when you look the word diligence, make sure I'm sharing my screen. Just give me a second. Go right here. When you look the word diligence up, it means careful and persistent work or effort. Now, immediately it makes me think of 1 Corinthians 15. So I got to get that. 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. This is a beautiful thing that we're doing, man. Okay, this is monumental. Okay, this work is going to echo world history. Okay, this is not in vain. All right, this is the most important thing that we could be doing as a creature. All right, as a servant. Okay, right now, people look at us on a low level. All right, they look at us as we're nothing because we're really measured by the vainness of Babylon, and that's okay. And that's one thing that the Lord will allow you as a man to see, is that just because the world doesn't accept you doesn't mean the Lord doesn't. All right. 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren. See, we're not beloved to the world. We're beloved to this truth, to Yahweh Bashem El Shai. And that's what the Lord wants to do. He wants us to understand that true love, okay, true comfort, it comes through our God and our Savior first. And then we get that through our nation. Because even right now, I know there's brothers and sisters out there. So, this isn't towards you. But for the new brothers and sisters coming in, you have to understand that a man that's actually serving Yahweh Bashem El Shai, actually being chastised, really going through the work, the motions of growth and edification, it's a walk that the Lord has you going by yourself, because people can't take this walk with us. Okay, they're gonna bug out. They're gonna think that you got bad luck. The Lord ain't with you, because they don't understand the journey that the Lord is putting us on. But you brothers, you are understanding it. So keep being diligent. Okay, keep putting the best foot forward. Do not allow the measures of this world to determine your status with the Lord, if you will. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast. See, unmovable where? In your mind. All right. And this lesson can even be edifying to you, certain sisters that are listening too. But first and foremost, this is going for who? The brothers, the hopeful elect. Okay. Because where do we all come from? We all come from the loins of the man. All right. So you got to be unmovable in your mind. Okay. You can't allow yourself to keep getting swayed in the mind. And that's all Satan wants to do. All Satan wants to do is put something in your head and then try to ruin your whole day. And you know what you got to do? You may not want to have that thought. You're just going to have to fight it. You're going to have to rebuke it. You're going to have to not give into it. And then you're going to have to ignore it. Okay. And then you say, well, I can't ignore it. I get it. But you got to keep fighting it. Right? Unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. See, We always have to abound in the work of the Lord, just like a job. You have a 9 to 5. All right, man. They always say, man, you always working. You always working, right? But think about the people that are always working. They're working for Esau. They're working for Babylon. We, as unprofitable servants, as our reasonable duty, we are working for the Lord. Not that, look at me, I'm doing it. Let's know this is our duty. We're supposed to do this. Okay. There's things that are supposed to be done. A woman, she's supposed to be faithful. A man, he's supposed to serve the Lord. And I'm speaking about us as a nation, as Israelites. See, so there are certain things that we are supposed to do as creation. All right. And we're getting back to that understanding now. See, Babylon has given you so many options and ideas of what you think you should be doing. And now you're learning what you should be doing. See, everyone has a job to do. All right. It says, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in Yahweh Shem Shai. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. Knowing that what you're doing right now, it's not in vain. It's not pointless. Okay. I was just watching this movie called Knock on the Cabin. Let me actually show you. I was watching this movie last night. The beloved brother put me onto it. Knock on the Cabin. This movie is, as we would say in New York, fire. Okay. This movie is fire. You got the four, pretty much they're trying to represent the four horsemen. But basically in the movie, prophecy was literally happening right before their eyes. And you had an Edomite that constantly kept trying to explain it scientifically, explaining it doubtfully. Basically what I'm saying, he was trying to make it seem like it was in vain. Okay. No. Just because they have incredulity, that's not going to trouble us. Okay. This is why we got to keep being diligent. We have to keep putting our best foot forward towards Yahweh Shem Shai. You're an Israelite. This is your job. Matter of fact, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. And I want to say this while I'm grabbing this. Watch. Watch when judgment comes. You're going to be thankful that you gave your little bit of existence to Yahweh Shem Shai, because everyone else, okay, Israelites, everyone else is going to be in a very pitiful case, because when the great sobering takes place, because right now everyone's drunk, when the great sobering takes place from prophecy, it's going to be a oh shit moment. Okay. And I don't want to be in the room with someone like that gave their life over to the system, to the world, to get vain gain, and then they find out it was all for naught. Okay. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. See, we have a duty. All right, let's actually look up this word duty. Let me see. So when we go down, so let's see, would it be this one? There's man, dude. Let's just click this, see what comes up. All right, well, go here. Let's go here. Let's just put duty. We could do the etymology, but let's just get to Google. I mean, we pretty much know. Duty goes into a moral or legal obligation. Now, you know why I like that word, legal obligation? Because aren't we bound to a contract? And didn't Yahweh Shai say he made a better covenant for us? So we are legally bound to this. You are morally, which spiritually bound to this. And this is your responsibility. See, just like someone with a job. Okay. And people don't like hearing that. Yes, it's a job. We all have a job to do. So let's do our job so we don't get fired. And what's that fire? The great lake of fire that's coming. Okay. So let's just jump into a quick couple verses of diligence. And let's start off with Galatians 6 and 9. Galatians 6 and 9. And let us not be weary in well doing. Right. Don't get weary. Okay. Don't get weary. You're heading to camp. Don't be weary. Okay. You gotta man up to this thing. All right. Don't be weary. All right. We're at battle. We're at war spiritually, right? So we don't want to be weary while we're in the midst of battle spiritually. Let us not be weary in well doing. Why? This is well doing. This is a good thing. Okay. You listening? This is a good thing. We're teaching. This is a good thing. Okay. Look at all the vainness out there in the world, and it's getting bad. It's getting worse. It's getting worse day by day, second by second. And people are dropping like flies. And I don't mean just off this planet. I mean, people are just giving in to Babylon. Don't give in to Babylon. People are giving in. Men, women, children. Hey, and if they give in, that's on them. Okay. So if you start noticing the Lord trimming the fat around you, thank Yahweh Shem Shai. If you start noticing your circle getting smaller, thank Yahweh Shem Shai, because you are moving towards a direction that not everyone can make. Remember, it says it's so narrow that one man can enter. And let's actually look that up in the KJVA. Let me see. Water on one side, which is funny. Water on one side, fire on the other. Let me see. Yep. Second entrance, 7 and 7. The entrance thereof is almost want to say so narrow. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Right. Like as if there were like as if there were fire on the right hand, fire, the furnace of adversity. Okay. On the right hand, and on the left, deep water, the broad gate. Babylon is deep water. Okay. Be careful when you're in Babylon. It's deep water, you know. It says, hey, this place so deep, man. You could have people just get taken by this place, you know. The job can be deep water, okay? A job can break up a household in Babylon, okay? This place, I'm telling you, this place is set up to trap you, to get you, and to take you, all right? And leave you too. People get taken by this place and then they're left. It says on the left, deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be but one man go there at once. See? So this is a seek your own salvation mission, okay? We're not in the IUIC spirit and gather together and we shall unite as a... No, listen, we're not here to give you gimmicks. If you need a gimmick, then you're not in the right spirit, all right? We are being moved through a Holy Spirit that only the elect will cleave to. Because remember, it says in John that the sheep hear Yahushai's voice. See? So let's go back to diligence. All right. Oh, we already read this, 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. Now let's go into this. Proverbs 12 and 24. Okay. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule. Don't we want to rule? Well, we already see Esau bearing rule, and it's terrible. All right. Puts a nasty taste in your mouth. It's bad for the spirit. It's bad for business. It's bad for the environment, and it's bad for humanity. So we want to rule, but this is the portion that you have to take in order to get to the end of the journey. The kingdom of heaven is as a long journey. Okay. So there's a lot of things that you need to take on and understand in this walk, so you don't find yourself questioning things on the way to the kingdom. Like, why? Like, it makes me think the other day, the elder Manat Zakba, he did a lesson. Oh, I watched Elder Apostle Gabar's video response to the lesson, but basically a Jake was questioning about why do we have to suffer. If a Jake is questioning that, first of all, the Lord is not opening you up to it. And then secondly, you're not in the scriptures and reading it. See? So you have to understand the full measure of what's going on. Just like if you're taking herbs or something. Me personally, I like to look up what I'm taking and what it can do. I'm not just taking something. See? You want to be in the spirit of looking things up as well. We're not just saying things and you say, okay, no, look it up. That's what our elders tell us. Look this up. So you look things up and you see what's going on, then you understand. So it says, the hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute. Right. You don't want to be under tribute to Yahweh Shem Shai in the sense of hiding it under a napkin. Remember, it says the Lord's money and he hid it under a napkin. Now let's actually grab that. Hide under. I knew you were all stare. Napkin. KJV. Yep. Let's do Luke. Let's do Luke. It says Luke 19 and 17, and he said unto him, well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little. So what we've been given, what is very little. All right. But there's much required. It says have authority over 10 cities. So we're getting ready to have authority. Okay. We are getting ready to have authority, and we understand that. Okay. This is why the Lord is putting us through certain circumstances, certain experiences, certain purging processes, because we're getting ready to embark on rulership. So these are the necessary measures that have to be taken before we are granted our sonship, okay? Because we are given these rights, all right? This is a very serious thing. Don't let Esau and Babylon and its very kid-like sense of humor distract you from the power that is taking place right now. Because see, religion is a joke in society's eyes. The Bible is a walking um, contradiction to people. But that's okay. That's what makes us more powerful. There was a quote by Sun Tzu in The Art of War where it says, "When you are weak, appear." No, when you are strong, appear weak. Okay. So right now we may appear weak, but we are stronger than ever. All right. In the spirit. And that will be shown forth soon. But it's even being shown now if you have eyes to see. But remember, it ultimately won't take place until the day of our power is manifested. Then thy people will be willing. See? It says, "Have thou authority over 10 cities. And the second came, saying, Lord, thou pound has gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, Be thou also over 5 cities. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have laid up in a napkin." And if I'm not mistaken, Elder Pastor Kabar broke this word napkin down, which actually goes into the cloth that you put over a dead body. Okay. So we don't want to hide the Lord's money in a napkin. What is the Lord's? This truth. Okay. Because when you're under tribute, you got to pay. Okay. Going back to the precept. "For I fear thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and repeateth that thou did not sow. And he saith unto him, Out of thy own mouth I will judge thee, thou wicked servant." See, this is why we got to be diligent. So Yahushua doesn't come back and call us a wicked servant. And you know what's heavy in this walk as being a servant, which is our civic duty, our moral duty or responsibility? A lot of people will stray away because they find us serving someone more than them. But we're not here to serve you. We're here to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai. See? And it says, "Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Wherefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required my own with usury?" Exactly. See? So we have been given something. All right. And actually, let's go to Luke 19 and 17. And let's look this up in another translation. Luke 19. Let's use the NLT. Okay. Do this just real quick. Get a couple more precepts, and that's going to be the lesson. Luke 19. Let's see. Yep. Luke 19 and 20. "But the third servant brought back only the original amount of money and said, Master, I hid your money and kept it safe. I was afraid because you are a hard man to deal with." See? We understand that Yahweh Shemel Shai is austere, but that doesn't mean to the point of not serving him. Okay. Taking what isn't and that actually happens in the real world. Like you'll have a child. "I was afraid to tell you because I didn't want you to get mad." Like, no, that makes it worse. Okay. That makes it worse. It says, "Taking what isn't yours and harvesting crops you didn't plant. You wicked servant," the king roared. "Your own words condemn you." See, your own actions will condemn you. Okay. So don't fault yourself out. Don't fret yourself out. Don't freak yourself out. Okay. Do what needs to be done. "If you knew that I am a hard man who takes what isn't mine and harvests crops I didn't plant, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten some interest on it." Right. So you fumbled the bag, as Jake would say. Then turning to the other standing nearby, the king ordered, "Take the money from this servant and give it to the one who has 10 pounds. Woo! Man. It says, "But master," they said, "he already has 10 pounds. Yes," the king replied. "And to those who use well what they are given, even more will be given." See? So we are in a position where we're taking what the Lord has given us, and we are going out to bring more in for Yahweh Shemel Shai, because the job's not done. Got to keep going. Job's not done. That's one thing that I want to push to. Don't just be complacent with bare minimum. Okay. Don't be complacent with the bare minimum. All right. Doesn't it say, seek the Lord while he may be found? Then it also says, seek him 10 times more. Okay. It says, "But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away." So those that do nothing, even the little that you got is going to be taken away. That's a scary thing. That is a scary thing. Now, so we got that precept. It says, Proverbs 22 and 29, "Seest thou a man diligent in his business?" So we have to be diligent, what? In the Father's business. See? We have to be diligent in the Father's business. So let's put Father's business. It's in the beginning of I think it's Luke or Mark. Father's business. He said, "Don't you know about my father's business?" Let's do this real quick. Luke, yep, beginning of Luke. Luke 2:49. Yahushua says, and he said unto them, unto his parents. See, he said this to his mother and his father. How is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business? Right. Okay, we all have family. Okay, we all have family. But what? We got to be about the Father's business. Okay, and that's one thing the Spirit's been pushing, because you still have Israelites out here that may be putting their family first. Now, there's different orders. Okay, like a woman, your man, your man's your Lord. So that's who comes first, right? And then the man's Lord is Yahushai. Then Yahushui's Lord is Yahweh. So there's an order of things that have to be taking place here. All right. It says, seeing thou a man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to shew thyself approved unto Yahweh. Right. Remember thy first love. Okay. If you find yourself kind of slacking, remember how it was when you first got into this thing. Okay. It's just like a relationship. All right. A relationship, it's all hot and heavy in the beginning. Then it kind of staggers out, and then it just fades away. And that's the problem with people today. Okay, there's too many options out here, so you want to keep going to get that, because they don't have the spirit like the Lord's put on us to keep enduring. Okay, we got to keep making it sexy, if you will, as Elder Pastor Hart says, which is true. We got to keep making it that way. Okay, people in the world, you ain't doing it for me no more, I'll find someone else. Those are just losers. Okay, those are just quitters and losers, and just fuel for the fire. Study to shew thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Exactly. So you have to be diligent, studying to show yourself approved, and also rightly dividing the word of truth. And this is why you hear the Spirit constantly get on these other guys, because they don't have the truth. They may say, home of the truth, the prophets are back. They can say all those things. Shit, Esau says things. Okay, don't make it true. Okay, that don't make it true. Don't say, let the Most High be true and every man a liar. All right, you got a lot of good, smooth talking demons out here that are just whisking Jake away. And at the end of the day, hey, let the dead bury the dead. That means you ain't of the elect. So are we gonna fret over it? No. 2 Peter 3:14. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. Yeah, and that's working on self. So you find things you got to work on. Just like there's a spot in a carpet, you keep drawing your eye to it, so you want to get it clean. You got something on your clothes, that's why it says they are spots at our feast. That's these wicked Israelites that we don't want around. 2 Peter's 1:10, just going to get a couple more. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. So when the deal goes down, when the power gets shut off, when Jacob's trouble commences, right? It says the purge has commenced. When these things happen, you want to have in your mind's eye that, hey, I was diligent and I made my calling and election sure, because you're going to know. You're going to know. You're going to know if you were doing what you could do, and you're going to know if you were bullshitting, okay? Because Jake is the greatest bullshit artist walking, all right? So you're going to know when a deal goes down if you are being sincere, if you are being truthful. Because anybody, an Edomite can just put a Hebrew name and an avatar of a picture, and, he can make himself look like a servant, just like Jake can. Jake can make himself look like, but it's you. What are you doing? Okay, what are you doing? Are you making your calling and election sure? For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. And a great falling away is coming. There's going to be a scarcity of Israelite men very soon, because a lot of these men out here are false prophets, false teachers, false shepherds, wicked agents, sellouts. All right. And the Lord is going to turn the heat up so high that they can't stay in that kitchen. But the Lord's been putting that heat on us for so long that our bodies spiritually have acclimated to the furnace of adversity that we can maintain under that fire. Okay. So it's a beautiful thing. So remain diligent, because we're getting ready to reap. Okay. We are getting ready to reap. It's a beautiful movie that's taking place right now. And I always feel that way because you got to take yourself out the position you're in sometimes and just look around at what's going on. All right. Let's see. James, that's okay. Oh, this one's really good. This one's good. Let's actually end it off on this one. Let's end it off on the ant. I like this one. Proverbs 6:6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest. Right. This is an ant. Look how ants operate. When you go look at nature and you see the order of things, it's a very beautiful arrangement that's taking place. So if you see ants getting ready and knowing how to harvest, how much more us who's been given cognitive functions and discernment and understanding. So you got to look at things around you so you can apply it to yourself when you see a schism or something off, and then you say, I got to be more diligent. I got to do this. It's all just about prudency. It's just all about being prudent. It's all about being your the guide over yourself. But this is why you have lessons. The Holy Spirit is overseeing us, but it's also up to you through Yahweh Shem Shai to take heed and apply. And we're in the end. We're at the end. Okay, we're at the end. So apply diligence. Don't apply being sluggard. Don't apply being spiritually lazy. Okay, don't always give in to the flesh. Okay, now there's things that are lawful we can do, but trust me, the flesh will want to do more. Okay, so learn to be content with things. All right, learn to appreciate what Yahweh Shem Shai is doing for you, and think about the things that are coming for us in the future. And this is why we're being diligent, because we know hard work will pay off, and we're showing our faith by our works. Because somebody's like, oh, that's not a work doctrine. Yes, it's about predestination, but the elect are going to be the hardest working man. All right, what is it? He said, I'm the hardest working man in show business. You got to be the hardest working man, okay, spiritually. So I'm just going to leave it there. It was just pressed on my spirit to do a quick lesson on being diligent, especially to the brothers, putting their best foot forward, especially now, okay, as we're entering in a new so-called year. But every year brings a new spirit, and we pray the spirit that comes this year is major, major, major prophecy. So I want to say, Kol Halal, Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Bashem Rakak Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. With that being said, Shalom.